Hello and welcome to How Do I Do This Assignment, App Assignment Edition. Apps get into the idea of cause and effect in a very interesting way, as an almost transactional way. And so I like the idea of starting cause and effect with something called the app assignment. Here it says intellectual capital is the currency of the future. That means that your ideas can turn into money. I know that many of you would like to have your ideas turn into money, and I am trying to give you a subtle push in that direction using your brain and your English ability to come up with good cause and effect academic paragraphs. I know that last part sounds boring, but actually, if you do it and you're very, very organized in the way you put together your app pitch, you'll have a much better chance of convincing other people that you really are on top of a business plan. Cause and effect is about what do you think, why do you think this app's going to work, and how do you think this app is going to work in the future. If you can answer those questions very well, you're much better off when you're talking to people who have money who might invest in you. If you look at an example, there was a project that sold to Microsoft for $2 million. It was an app where you would drink a glass of beer on your phone. And of course, there was no real beer, but as you tipped the phone to your mouth, the beer would drain. And kids thought that was fun. And Microsoft wanted to install the installation base on 2 million phones. And so they paid $1 a phone, $2 million for a picture of a glass of beer that drained into someone's mouth. You can do better than that. First, get into groups of 4. Now, you'll see there's a second forum, a discussion forum, and the first 4 people who post in there, you're in group 1. The next 4 people, you're in group 2. I think you can see how this continues. That way you get into groups as fast as the people can possibly post. And hopefully you'll jump on it quickly enough that you're all working on this by, let's say, Wednesday. That would be excellent. Each member needs to present a new app to the group. I did this in my example. I presented an app that I think is going to change the world. And maybe it will. Look at it. It's just a simple paragraph explaining something about my idea. Now, you don't have to choose my idea. In fact, I won't. In fact, you cannot choose my idea. How's that? You have to come up with your own 4 ideas, discuss them online, discuss the merits of them, and then choose one. It doesn't mean you had a bad idea if they don't choose your idea. Please just know that, sometimes it's easier to research certain ideas. Don't get frustrated by the fact that yours isn't chosen. If you're really excited about continuing this process, you can always do your own assignment and write all 4 of the assigned paragraphs yourself. That's 2,000 words. I thought that would be a bit much. So for now, choose one app, and then member 1 writes about why the app will be so popular. Go into research and see what other apps are like your app, or maybe have a similar interface or something. That might be one reason why it's going to be similar, is because the interface is so much like blah, which is very popular. One talks about the effect on the users. So what's going to happen 2 days after it launches? What's going to happen a month after it launches? What's going to happen 5 years after it launches? You can write that paragraph, I think, fairly easily. Number 3 compares the app. This is just going back to what we just did, to current apps. So find 2 or 3 apps out there and tell me what's similar. And obviously there should be good apps, things that you want them to be. And 4, contrast the app to other current apps. So it's not like this, it's more like this. And you might want to highlight the fact that it's unique because it's not exactly like anything else out there. And that's what a contrast does. Each person submit their work to a group leader, and the group leader will post all 4 paragraphs in a single post. That's just an easy way for me to get to know what ideas you're going on. If all of you post them individually, I sometimes lose the thread of what I'm reading with a bunch of students, and I'll be like, oh no, this isn't a good dog food app. And you'll say, no, Professor Gifford, this was an app about travel. And I was like, oh, I thought you were in the dog food group. And you see how that can get kind of sticky. So let's not do that. Let's just put them all in one single post and post it here by next Monday. Each person, 500 words long. I hate to see people lose points because of content minimums, and that goes for every assignment we do. If I say 3 pages, it has to be to the bottom of the 3rd page. If I say 5 pages, it has to be to the bottom of the 5th page. If I say 500 words, I think you get the idea. So anyway, from the hills above, Castaic, this is Professor Gifford signing off.